off to Boston, oh, shipping off to Boston, oh, I'm shipping off to find my wooden leg. Oh man, that song is hilarious. It reminds me of that Viking dude that was doing the walk. You know, there's this video that resurfaced about this one Viking raver, and he had this guy had bumped into this woman, and he had grabbed him by his arm, and then he did the famous point. He did the famous point, and then he started dancing to the techno. But that's what I think about when I hear shipping off to Boston. But no good deed goes unpunished. No good deed goes unpunished. No good deed goes unpunished. Just put that as a... He said, I'm shipping off to find my wooden leg. Now let's see if this dude has all this energy and this rah-rah for this motherfucking, I don't know if it's a Latino or Caucasian. Because he sure had a lot of that rah-rah and energy, as if somebody had told him to start some shit with me. But like I said, it caught me off guard, because when you're not a part of none of that shit, and you don't have to watch your back, and you don't have to worry about lying and all this, that, and the third, when people bring up shit to you and you don't have nothing to do with it, it's gonna take you off guard. It's gonna make you feel like how that lady felt when she had the incident with the officers, right? When she was on the news, she was like, damn, this could have been a situation where, you know, she ends up getting her life taken away, right? But in the moment, she wasn't thinking about that, because she was being vigilant. She was being, she was being, UV dreadful. She was standing up to whatever she thought was being wrong, whatever she thought was being done that was wrong, right? So thinking about it now, it's like the more you think about it, the more you have to get it out, and the more you have to talk it out, and the more you have to get it off your chest and get it off your mind, because it's gonna be like in Fast and the Furious, right? When Brian blew the welds on the intake, and then they had to rip apart the block and replace all the piston rings that he fried, right? You got to replace all them piston rings, right? And then you got to scrap it. You got to scrap yourself all the way down to the what's it called? To the skeleton, right? To the frame, right? And then you got to rebuild. You only going to use JDM parts. You're going to use OEM parts. You're not going to use no aftermarket parts, because you're not an aftermarket kind of person. You're the original. You're the organic, right? So you're the truth. Everything else comes from you is a lie, is a perverted version, especially if it's a reflection of you portraying itself as you, when you know that you are you and they aren't you. So it's like when I was talking about how when the warrior in the garden, sometimes the warriors put down the tools, put down the weapons, and everybody else, you could have some snakes and some parasites in the garden. They'll pick up your tools, and they'll pick up your weapons, and they'll pick up your gifts, while you thinking you're a farmer. Whole time you got farmers playing with war tools that they don't even have any knowledge of, and they're trying to do third grade magic, and they're trying to talk to you about this spirituality, and they're teaching you these things, but all they're teaching you is this third grade level type of magic. They're not teaching you real intuition. They're not teaching you real intention. They're not teaching you real source magic, right? And the only way that they can teach you that is if they are too from the source. But these people that are teaching you are from the world. They're not of the earth or of the universe, right? They're of the world. So whatever the world is a perversion of what Earth really should be like, right? The world is not sustainable for humanity, right? That's why they keep trying to find other worlds to go live on, and other worlds to go cultivate and colonize, because this world is too many of us, and they're dying, and they're being, they're not able to sustain the heat from the sun, so it's causing them a lower life expectancy. So anyway, thinking about this stuff, right? Just being grateful to be able to strip myself down to the framework and then rebuild myself with all original parts, all the things that's me, picking back up my gifts, picking back up my sword, picking back up my shield, picking back up my righteousness, picking back up my good deeds, picking back up all the things that I thought that I left and dropped and everybody picked up and was making money, making platforms, making YouTube channels, tarot readings, this, that, and the third, songs, all this stuff, all the things that I gave out to the world for free, all my gifts that I gave out to the world for free, because I was writing yesterday. I used to always when I get my toys, I used to always let my friends and them play with my toys. I never just kept my stuff to myself. Even if I had a one cookie, I was sharing that one cookie with my two friends, right? So no good deed goes unpunished. And today, like I've been telling y'all for years, man, and it's amazing that I'm saying this stuff, and I didn't think that I was gonna be in the mindset of listening to the people saying, yo, you're gonna come to a point where you're going to be feeling like a brand new person. You're going to be feeling like life is happening. You're going to have little setbacks, but it's not going to be big like how I was before, right? Like yesterday, I had a bad day. I didn't know how I was going to be able to pay my rent. I didn't know how I was going to be able to get food. I didn't know how I was going to be able to survive the day. But I didn't freak out. I didn't stress about it. I scrambled up enough money to give me to give me something to eat. And then boom, right? Today, I was praying for a miracle yesterday. I got a couple miracles yesterday before today, and then today I got an early miracle before having to wait all day for what I was supposed to get yesterday at a certain time. So now I'm like, yo, I'm at the point where I picked up all my gifts back. I rebuilt myself from the frame up. I rebuilt myself from the skeleton up, from the soul up, right? From the ground up, right? And I'm still building my company, my music, my gifts, my dreams. My dreams is to become one of the greatest reggae dancehall artists of any era. Going, following from Bob Marley's footsteps, following from Sizzla Kalonji footsteps, Movado footsteps, right? Those are my artists that I listen to, that I gravitate towards. Capleton, that's the king of fire, and I'm the prince of fire. So it's like, it just makes sense. And now it took them a long time for them to be worldwide famous. But now that they are worldwide famous, I feel like I'm grateful to be following in those footsteps, because at that age that they are now, I just feel like all I got to do is just keep going. And one day I'm going to be on one of those stages where I'm performing for a couple people. I'm performing for 100 people. I'm performing for 200 people, right? And they're all there to see me. They're all there to take in my gifts. They're all there to take in what I want to give to the world, because my expectations is what I can do, not what I can get, not what anybody can do for me. I don't ever think about life like that. I don't see life like that. I don't live life like that. I've never lived life like that. If anything, my father taught me how to live life. Don't take anything from anybody. Don't ask anybody for anything. And if anybody offer you anything, say no thank you, right? And sometimes you have to realize, like, okay, maybe sometimes you can ask people for certain things to a certain extent. You don't take stuff from people without fully, you don't, it's an equal exchange. So if I take energy from you, I feel like I need to do something to make it right? I feel like I need to do something to make you feel like you didn't just waste time and energy on an ungrateful person. And I got 3% left on my phone, so I'm gonna end it right here. No good deed ever goes unpunished. And when y'all see this playback, I just want y'all to know, welcome to the evening, right? I told y'all they were gonna do stuff in our faces, and it was gonna be like they don't care, and we're not gonna do anything about it. They've done that, right? I told y'all that the world is gonna look like the people that's in charge. They got somebody tied their shoes together and they're playing a practical joke on them. Look at all the things that's going on right now in the economy and in the world, right? And I told y'all next year is gonna be you're gonna have a lot of gang activity that looks like gang activity, but it's more insurgents to have the people be more disturbed and more corrupted and fear-mongered because of the fact that we're waking up, we're raising the frequency, we're not going along with the same old get along, and more people than they're actually showing on TV and on the news and in reality are actually woke. right? Woke just means alive and aware and privy to the shit that's been going on, right? You're no longer having stuff happen in the dark. Motherfuckers is seeing in the dark now, right? And they're actually being the light. So every time that you are in the darkness, whenever the sun is not shining, you be that little light, right? And whenever you see something going wrong and you stay unshaken and unmoved by the evil or the wrong things that's happening, you become the light that thing is now be brought to.